I'm Camila Noordeloos. I am from Brazil. Yeah, being recognized as an influential Latino in West Michigan it's a mixed feeling. Honestly, I'm extremely honored and happy. And then at the same time, there's that imposter syndrome that hits me, and I'm like, wait, why me? So it's great. I am super happy. I am super excited. I'm glad I'm being seen that way, and I hope I continue to fulfill expectations. But part of me also will have that, imposter syndrome feeling that, hey, why me? There are so many other amazing people out there. One of the biggest professional accomplishments for me is when I'm supporting one of our portfolio companies through a hard time. I am a venture capitalist, so I invest in early stage startups, and it's really easy to be supportive when everything's going well, when you just made the investment on the first few years of the honeymoon phase. But all of these startups run through very challenging times too, and I think that's when the real support comes through, is how to show up and continue to fight with that entrepreneur when things are really, really difficult. And, through this market, we had a couple of companies that I had to dedicate a lot of my time and a lot of support through very, very difficult times. And it's hard at the moment, but it's very fulfilling when we're done and we saw that we built something even better afterwards. Find a way to, I don't know, it's train or information, to share information of what are the non-negotiables in the American culture. I think there are a lot of things in the American culture that if we fail to deliver on, we lose credibility, and sometimes it's acceptable in our countries. So sometimes being late or canceling last minute might be okay in Brazil, where here it could be very much damaging of your professional brand, and therefore the people don't want to work with you again. And having that, kind of norms more spread out, more shared more with the community of Latinos could potentially help them be more and more successful and better adjust to the professional ecosystem in the United States. What I've learned is that it can feel lonely to be a leader that comes from a different country, that comes from a Latino, you know, background. You don't see so many of them, and that's why I feel very honored and excited about this award and bringing more leaders out there to the community to see, to get inspired by, because it can feel lonely, and you have a different culture, you have different ways to think about things, and sometimes you just kind of like paving the path as you go, but there's nothing there yet. So it's more difficult. There's more mistakes to make. It's not as pretty pathway as paths that other people are walking through already. So it takes courage. It takes you got to be brave, because you kind of don't know what you're gonna face. So yeah, I think it's not necessarily a lesson. It's more of like a awareness that it's a little more lonely, and you just have to be okay with doing it yourself and be okay with the mistakes as well. But at least you know that you're leaving behind some path, a better path for whoever's coming after you, and that's the hope. The biggest advice I would give to young Latinos in any culture really, coming to the US or going to any country that's not the country you were born in, is to really find a balance between being yourself and be your authentic self, but also respecting the norms of that country. You don't want to lose what you have from your country, because honestly, that's what makes you different. And difference is a strategy. It could be what makes you the right fit for certain things versus other people, right? So you don't want to lose that. But also, you need to find a way to adjust to the cultural norms. So as I mentioned before, what are the non-negotiables of that culture that you need to make sure that you embody as well, so that you want, first you accept it, and then you can show up with your true self, with your true culture, and bring what's different to that new environment. I would like to thank Vive Michigan for putting this award together. I think representation does matter. Showcasing Latinos that are changing things or taking leadership roles are a great way to inspire other people to do the same. When we don't see people that are like us in certain positions, it's really hard for us to think it's possible. And being able to showcase and see that there are many Latinos here in West Michigan making the difference and making this community much better really inspires younger Latinos to do the same.